Hi, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's not cute not knowing. I missed you guys over the past couple of days. Come on, let's hug. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I try not to have these conversations about the vaccinations, but it's getting out of control. The numbers are going up. A lot of people are getting sick, and they don't have to get sick. I just like to say, protect yourself, protect others. You walking around here knowing that you could catch something that could have you in the hospital and really mess you up, we got to be smarter. We really got to be smarter. Biz Markie, one of the premier rappers of his time, DJ. He died on Friday at the age of 57. Biz Markie, known for Just a Friend, The Vapors, With the Music, With Your Mouth Biz. He did a lot of DJing, partying, MCing, doing his thing, the whole beatbox thing, part of the Juice Crew when he first came on the scene. He had been having health issues for quite some time. I know I saw him right before the pandemic, and he had lost a tremendous amount of weight, but he was still really battling diabetes. It got to the point where he went into a diabetic coma, and while he was in the coma, he suffered a stroke. And he had a lot to overcome. In a statement released by his wife, she said even though he didn't have any biological kids, he was a great dad to her daughter. So he leaves behind a wife, stepdaughter, and other family members that loved him. But Biz Markie, what sad news to get. You know, this year has been so rough. Humpty Hump, DMX, losing ecstasy from Houdini. It's like there was a certain era, and it's like this era is just like going away. But rest in peace, Biz Markie. Frankie Lons, the 61-year-old mother of singer Keisha Cole, passed away on her birthday. If you ever watched the reality show My Life, you knew the struggles that Keisha Cole's mom went through with drugs, with the family. She was 61. She OD'd on her birthday. It just goes to show you, because she had been using drugs since she was a teen, the addiction was just something that she couldn't shake. And addiction, it's hard. It's not an easy walk in the park. And for her, it's a shame that she never overcame that battle. Kanye West is releasing a new album very, very soon. They're disputing the fact that that him and the Russian girl are still dating. You know, sometimes when artists, when the publicity, I see that it's a stunt, I stop talking about it. So this might be the last time. Prince Harry. Are y'all sick of the royal family yet? Prince Harry got paid $20 million up front. He's going to tell his story. He's going to talk about his life. You know he's going to talk about losing his mom at such a young age. Growing up in the royal family, I think where they probably were taught to not show emotion. I think he's going to talk about Camilla. And if he does, this woman will never be the queen. Because when Prince Charles takes over, if he does, Camilla won't be the queen. Because they try to soften her image. But, you know, you were the sidekick and y'all tortured Diana. That's how many of us feel. But Prince Harry is ready to talk. They can't breathe. They can't breathe, the royal family. They're like, it just won't stop. Now, Prince William, one day he probably will be the king of England. Him and his wife Kate, they have a publicity campaign that they're this loving, normal family. See if it works, but they say the queen is definitely not happy. But Prince Harry's ready to tell all. They gave him 20 up front. Proceeds, he says, are going to benefit charities. Space Jam 2, LeBron James. Did you guys see it? Took in $31 million just at the box office because you know it was streaming on HBO Max. Next week is the week for LeVar Burton. He's going to be hosting Jeopardy next week. This week, it's Robin Roberts from Good Morning America. Kelly Ripa's going to write a book, a collection of essays. We know her from Live with Kelly and Ryan, The Days of All My Children. She's a South Jersey native. Is she going to talk about Michael Strahan leaving the show? Because to me, when that whole thing went down, She just showed a side to her that was a little different. Well, she talked about working with Regis, but she's coming out with a book. Oscar-winning actress Viola Davis is writing a book entitled Finding Me. Her journey through her career, marriage, childhood, not being what most consider the standard of beauty, and how she carved out a lane all of her own. She's an incredible, incredible actress. Finding Me, Viola Davis, her book is coming out next year. Let's talk about James Brown. The godfather of soul, James Brown, died 15 years ago. They're just settling this estate. When he died, the one daughter took his body, had it in a living room for years. Then the day of the supposed funeral, one daughter stabbed her husband. It's been a mess because they've been fighting over the money. And when James Brown died, people were coming out of the woodwork. That's my dad. That's my dad. He's my dad. Now, one woman, she's about near 60. She looked just like him. I said, ooh, that's his daughter. There was no denying. There was she was like a female version of James Brown, but so many people came out of the woodwork to say he's my dad. So they had to settle that, family infighting, people claiming, well, I had his baby, I was married to him. It was a mess. It's finally getting cleared. And with members, being taken care of, now money can go to scholarships, a big charity for poor children. Godfather of soul, James Brown, he grew up poor, and he wanted to make sure that other poor children would be able to take care of. Now, how much was in this estate? This is another funny part. They say it's between $15 and $100 million if they were smart. Call Priscilla Presley to see how you make this money grow, because you're worth more in death than life. And the Godfather of Soul just had some great, great music. Dr. Ian Smith, he writes the health books, the food books. He's going to help you lose weight and very motivational. Last year, he was made the host of The Doctors. Well, they done fired him. Dr. Ian is suing not only CBS, but Dr. Phil, because it was his show. Remember when it debuted, it was a bunch of doctors. Well, they done whittled it down to one doctor and fired Dr. Ian. Dr. Ian said there was racial stuff going on all over the place. He said there were 24 producers, only one was African American. He said he wasn't allowed to bring on, his guest if he had African Americans that he would suggest. He didn't make as much money as the other hosts that they got rid of. His salary was whittled down, but he's suing for racial discrimination. They're going to learn. Do not play with Dr. Ian. Anybody watch Power Book 3, Raising Kenan? What did you think? Makai Curtis, who plays a young 50 or a young Kenan. You got the Broadway actress, Bettina Miller, who played his mom, Raquel. They basically laid out how this whole Power series is going to work. Power Book 2 with Woody McClain, Michael Rainey Jr., Mary J. Blige. That is going to start back up in November. As soon as that ends, the story of Tommy Egan, played by actor Joseph Sikora. So you're not going to have to wait as long, I think, for all the Power shows to just kind of like mesh, but it is the Power universe. Kenan Thompson says he has no plans to leave Saturday Night Live anytime soon because he's on his way to make a record. So far, I think this will be 16 years. He's the longest running cast member on Saturday Night Live. He has no intentions to stop, but he wants to break a record. Sports Illustrated, you got Megan Thee Stallion making history as the first female rapper on the cover for the swimsuit edition. Her body is amazing. And tennis sensation Naomi Osaka. Now, for those who are saying, I thought she didn't want to talk to the press. She did the Sports Illustrated. She did the Netflix documentary months before she decided to go public with, I'm not okay. So there are people still trying to bully her, and you see exactly why she said, I don't even want to do this. She's young, and you got a lot of mean people, and they're mean professionals. That's the thing. They're professionals. NBC played that idiot Megyn Kelly at millions of dollars. She's still on here wanting to pick with somebody. Girl, if you don't sit down and leave Naomi Osaka alone. She is playing in the Olympics. for Japan, because she's Japan and Haitian. So we wish her luck with it. For the athletes that are over there, this is a really different Olympics, and a lot of people said it's just not fun. Athletes got to put on their own medals. They made these beds. They said they made them so that people won't be up there having sex. I thought that was hysterical. They look like little cardboard boxes. But it's a very different Olympic as the world deals with this COVID crisis. Protect yourself, protect others. Think of your loved ones. Think of the kids who can't get the vaccine. Think of them. You know, these numbers are going up. Wait, I still wear my mask. And they ain't make it mandatory. But I said, I'm not taking my mask off, because people out here lying and just playing, and you just can't take those chances. Protect yourself, protect others. It's good to be back. Leave a comment. I do read the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you do like the video, and hit that notification button so you'll know when the video drops. I'm Patty Jackson. Thanks for joining me. I'm your auntie of pop culture.